Hello and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. On behalf of OTC Markets, we are very pleased you have joined us for our next live presentation from Dotz Nano. Dotz Nano is a leading developer of innovative climate and industrial nanotechnologies. Kindly note, attendees may submit questions and view a presenter's availability for meetings by clicking the questions and the book meeting in the top toolbar. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Sharon Malka, Chief Executive Officer of Dotz Nano, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol DTZNY and on the ASX under the symbol DTZ. Welcome back, Sharon.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon to those of you who are not based in the US. Thank you for joining us today at the Small Cap Growth Investor Conference. I'm Sharon Malka, CEO of Dotz, a pioneering developer at the forefront of the climate and industrial nanotechnologies. What we are about to share with you today isn't just about the technology. It's about transforming industries. It's about driving meaningful sustainability and unlocking sustainable growth opportunities. We are not just imagining the future, we are building it. We are creating innovative solutions that harness the power of nanotechnologies to solve some of the most pressing environmental and industrial challenges globally. We have the right ingredients that position us to drive growth. One is a validated disruptive technologies. The second one, which is not less important, is the team, highly experienced scientists and leadership team. And the third one is strategic partnership in place that gives us the complementary capabilities. Our first asset, Dotz Shield in-product tagging technology, is now commercial. We got the first order for our solution for corrosion inhibitor monitoring from one of the leading oil and gas service provider in the US. Dotz Earth is our carbon capture technology and our primary focus today. We made substantial progress with this technology in the last 12 months, achieved significant milestones towards commercial viability in both direct air capture and point source applications. We believe we have the key elements to be leading provider of carbon management technologies. Our proprietary technology demonstrates superior performance in both DAC application and point source applications. It was validated by third parties, highlighting the potential to become a game changer in driving the cost of capture down. We operate in a rapidly growing market that is driven by increasing regulation and strong government and industrial support. And not less important, we have broad partnership opportunities for global scaling around the supply chains of both DAC and point source applications. With that intro, let's dive into how our innovations are paving the way for a better future. Our core expertise at Dotz lies in nanomaterials and material science. The company's unique strategy, integrating innovative solid sorbents with advanced capturing design process, with a goal to enable low-cost carbon capture solutions. In a very short time, we developed novel sorbent materials leading to great impact of both segments, point source application and DAC application. And for those of you who are less familiar with those terms, so point source application refers to capturing CO2 at the point of emission, while DAC refers to removing the CO2 directly from the atmosphere. Solid sorbents are considered the future of carbon capture, given its low energy requirements. And sorbent optimization is currently focused because it will play a pivotal role and pivotal factor in driving the cost of capture down. And this is exactly where we come to play. We develop the best performing carbon capture sorbents designed to offer low-cost carbon solutions. We have a DAC sorbent, which is chemically modified sorbent for low concentration of CO2, and we have the point source sorbent, which is specifically designed for physical adsorptions. Both families of sorbents have been verified and endorsed by third parties, including our development partners as well as industrial emitters, highlighting the superior performance of our sorbents, including high CO2 working capacity and selectivity, which ensure the maximum efficiency, low energy consumption, which making them economically viable, and third, stability, which enable long usage. Let's take a closer look at our technologies, starting with our high-performance DAC sorbents. Techno-economic assessment that we conducted suggests that our sorbent can reduce the cost of capture significantly, actually more than 80% compared with the current cost of capture in DAC. The main reduction cost driver are the exceptional high CO2 working capacity, the low energy consumption, and the reduced capex. Dotz sorbent demonstrated the highest adsorption capacity for DAC, actually more than 2 times higher than the most advanced solution in the market. And process simulation with that sorbent actually yields significant improvements in productivity while minimizing the energy consumption. In addition, the sorbent maintains its performance over extended use, supporting longevity. That represents a transformative shift in carbon capture technology moving forward. Following the successful process simulation we conducted, we are now running a lab-scale pilot unit, and we expect to share the results in the coming few weeks. Our #1 priority for 2025 is to achieve an outdoor field demonstration pilot, which will follow by a market-ready module later in 2026. Moving to our cost-efficient point source sorbent, I would like to start again with the commercial impact and the cost of capture impact. We are confident in our ability to significantly reduce the cost of CO2 capture and offer cost-efficient solution for hard-to-abate industries. Actually, we will be able to reduce the cost of capture for the main industries, the main segment like iron manufacturing, cement production, and petrochemical by about 35% down from where we are today, which is around $80 to $120 per ton. Mainly due to the sorbent working capacity, the lower generation energy, and the lower cost of the sorbent itself as we produce these sorbents. And if you ask me why we achieve these attributes, so the main reason for that is that our designed nanoporous sorbent have very high volume of ultra micropores. Those micropores are responsible for the physical absorption of CO2. And because of that, this is the reason we yield those attributes. This yield with superior performance compared with commercial sorbents in the market. Actually, 3 times higher CO2 absorption compared to commercial active carbon, and much higher and significant selectivity over nitrogen and other gases. And more important is the fact that we have much lower affinity to humid, which is very critical in flue gas. Lab-scale pilot demonstration resulted with superior adsorption capacity, ultra-low energy, and demonstrated good thermal stability. This together enable us to move forward and demonstrate it at scale. Looking forward, our next step for point source application includes demonstration at scale. We commenced the design of a small-scale mobile pilot unit, and we continue to optimize it with the goal to have it operational by mid-2026. Now, let me share with you our approach to monetize our disruptive technologies. We have a broad partnership and licensing opportunities along the CCS supply chain. And this will provide us with the following: accelerated market penetration by leveraging the established relationship of our partners, innovation scaling into multiple sectors globally, risk mitigation through diversified partnerships and joint ventures, and all of that will result with diversified revenue streams moving forward. We already initiated discussion with multiple partners, and we will update once those discussions will get materialized. As to the go-to-market strategy, our initial focus is to secure pilot projects with industrial partners and industrial leaders to showcase real-world results. Of course, the oil and gas industry will be prioritized given our activity with the corrosion inhibitor in this segment, specifically in the US. Once we get that, the next step will be scalability, expand into multiple sectors globally to prove this concept. Now, I would like to spend a few minutes looking into the market opportunity of the carbon capture. We are currently in the early stage of rapidly expanding market, expected to grow more than 15x within the next decade. As climate goals become more stringent, deployment of carbon capture innovation and technologies become essential to achieve those objectives. And nowadays, driven by regulatory pressure, by corporate commitments to net zero, and by government support, the CCS market poised for growth. With subsidies in place, tax credits, and funding programs all around the world, carbon capture initiatives are now economically viable. Now I would like to move and share with you some information about Dotz Shield technology, and specifically our commercial solution for corrosion inhibitor monitoring. During the last couple of years, we developed successfully our product tagging technology for monitoring and authentication, which comprised of unique optical taggants and handheld devices. This, compatible with multiple hosting material, it is easy to use and provide in-field real-time detection in a range of applications. But I want to share with you some more details about the right solution or the commercial solution currently available in the US, which is a cutting-edge solution for corrosion inhibitor monitoring. We actually reported the first or received the first commercial order for this corrosion inhibitor marker from one of the leading oil and gas service providers in the US. This product enables on-site detection and quantification of corrosion inhibitors within the infrastructure, within the pipes. And by that, enabling the following: significant maintenance cost saving, on-site dosage management, and reduction of risk for infrastructure damages. This notable accomplishment of having the first commercial cell in the US actually marking a critical step in the corrosion inhibitor commercialization. And more of that, it's also underscore the market recognition in the solution value and its market opportunities. To conclude my overview, Dotz cutting-edge carbon capture solution represents a major step toward in the quest of sustainability, scalable technologies to combat climate change. Currently, in a piloting stage, towards commercial viability, our solutions are suitable for capturing CO2 both from direct air capture as well as from point source applications, and offering for both applications significant reduction in cost of capture, which is the main goal worldwide. Lastly, we recently get the recognition from the US market, the US oil and gas industry specifically, of our ability to develop a deep tech into a commercial valuable solution that is now being utilized in the US. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce to you Dotz. And now I will take some questions that I got during the presentation and will share it with you. The first question I have is the fact that there are multiple technologies under development for DAC currently announced worldwide. What makes your technology at Dotz different? So, as I said before, sorbent innovation will play a pivotal factor in getting the cost of capture down, specifically with DAC, where the cost of capture today is above $1,000 per ton. We have the best performing DAC sorbent designed to offer low-cost solution for DAC. It demonstrated the highest absorption capacity for DAC, and this exceptional CO2 working capacity, together with the low energy consumption, will significantly drive the cost reduction down. The next question I had is, what should investor expect in the next 12 months? And I think that in order to summarize it, following this overview, is the fact that at Dotz we committed to sustainable future, and Dotz will continue to pursue key milestones that represent significant growth opportunity for both Dotz Shield and Dotz Earth. With a solid foundation in place in 2025, 2025 promises to be the year with accelerated innovation, collaborations, and impact. But more specifically, our priority will be to advance Dotz Earth technology readiness towards commercial viability and to further commercialize our corrosion inhibitor markers. And if we look more specifically to what we want to achieve during 2025, this includes advancing the DAC sorbent through a lab scale pilot, followed by a validation in a small scale outdoor pilot. We want to continue the design and validation of a point source sorbent to different applications through piloting. We will continue to improve our production of sorbents and scale up our sorbent production capacity in order to support the next stage of development and piloting. And lastly, to partner with third parties. And as I mentioned before, we are already in discussion with multiple parties and multiple market players in both DAC space and point source in order to find out what will be the right way to collaborate, to join efforts in order to get our unique technology to the next level of demonstration. The last question that I have is how the new administration in the US may impact your target markets. So the new administration probably will have a lot of impact on us, but let's focus specifically on Dotz. The new Trump administration is good news for us at Dotz because of the main three elements. The first one is oil and gas expansion. As we all know, the increased drilling in the US and increased infrastructure expenditure that is expected now will increase the demand for our corrosion inhibitor marker going forward as part of compliance with corrosion inhibitor and ensuring that these facilities are longevity and do not damage. The second element is the fact that the strong corporate ESG pressure now, giving the subsidies in the US that are reduced, there is an increasing corporate ESG pressure, and energy and preliminary oil and gas industry are now seeking for cost-effective DAC application to offset their emissions. And the last one is the fact that new DAC deployment opportunities, mainly because of massive energy consumption to support AI and data centers in the US that currently will get a big push behind them. This will drive, again, the demand for carbon offset. And we believe that we offer an affordable, low-cost carbon capture solution, specifically in DAC, that can be utilized easily and in a short term with those industries. I don't see any more questions. So with that, I conclude my presentation. I would like to thank you for joining us today again at the Small Cap Growth Investor Conference, and we hope to meet you again in the next conference. Thank you very much.